I'm reading this like it's my list, but it's actually lovely. The Great Winch Reshuffle.
Bolt's not going in, and hammer's flying overboard, and winch base is flying overboard. That Adam has to go swimming for. The winches are in! They're in! I feel like I can't have this on camera, my frustrations. Welcome to our self-inflicted adventure. I'm Kiara, and this is Adam. A few years ago, we walked away from our life on land to pursue travel and adventure aboard our floating home, the Millennial Falcon.
Last year saw us improving ourselves and the boat whilst we tackled our first Atlantic circuit. Join us as we come full circle back to the Caribbean, where we'll commence preparations for our next big challenge.
Last episode, Adam left the boat in the Canary Islands to undergo a training fortnight in the UK, despite the gusty sailing conditions that he encountered while taking his practical exam.
On Thursday morning, we named Storm Arwen.
He successfully passed the RYA offshore practical.
I passed.
Oh my god, congratulations, yay!
Meanwhile, I remained in Lanzarote to look after the boat, and decided to take advantage of his absence by doing a bit of sprucing up.
This is going to be a very smooth, half a day kind of project this one. I promise.
After 2 weeks away, Adam finally returned to the boat. And now was the time to knuckle down and get the boat prepared for our upcoming 2,200-mile journey back across the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, jobs to do before we go. Get the new winches in, the sheet winches. We're going to then move the existing sheet winches to the deck house. Spinnaker car, which is away. Install the water hoses, the new, fix that leak that we had on the way here.
Yeah, it's fresh water.
I'm reading this like it's my list, but it's actually I'm can't read it because it's your handwriting. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I need to try and grease the prop in the water.
Yes.
There's a sling over there if it all goes to custard. I'm going to do a full fluid change on the motor and then just recheck the seacocks and the plugs. Lots to do. What should we start with? Coffee?
Yeah.
So my job this morning is to strip down this second winch. Kiara's done the first winch already and cleaned it, but we've got to clean sort of who knows how many years worth of grease and grime and re-grease it, re-clean it and get it ready for installation. We're waiting on a fabricator to make up some new backing plates, so we won't be able to put them in till hopefully tomorrow he gets back to us. But we're going to move these sheet winches to the deck house for the halyards and the reefing lines because we often need a fair bit of oomph there.
This is if I need to tell myself.
The staysail winches are perfectly sized, they're appropriately sized for what they do. And then these big boys are going where the old sheet winches were. So musical winches definitely is the order of the week. Voila, one finished winch. Lovely.
Are you filming me in my pajamas?
I asked you if you wanted to come down and get organised and you said, yeah, sure. And then you kept working, so I assumed you just wanted to be filmed like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens behind the camera. Kiara, straight out of bed, working on winches.
Okay, I'm more presentable now. So, this morning... Wow, what happened there? It was dented.
Oh no, they just never finished the job.
The other day, Adam and I both took off the winches from the side of the boat, our sheet winches, and we are now going to take off our deck house winches so that we can put the old sheet winches onto the deck house. Our backing plates are still being made, and I won't lie, the welder is really slow to get back to us. So they're still in progress and we can't replace our sheet winches or go for a sail until they're back, which is really annoying. But yeah, for now, bright and early, woken up and straight into jobs in our pajamas.
Now you're all spruced up for the camera and I'm the one that's just rolled out of bed. I don't know what we're going to do with that one yet. We very rarely use this winch, so we really should have started here. My overzealous first mate, straight into the first thing she found. So I
It's
suppose
the smallest, stupidest winch.
it is very much in the way. It's really only for like, I mean, we have these clutches here, so you can pretty well route any line you want to the larger of the two winches. I assume based on the placement that this little bitty one was for topping lift and vang or kicker. I don't know. Either way, it's undersized, it's very rarely used, and it's just in the way. So we'll take it off and decide what to do after. And then we'll have to figure out how we're going to mount the new winches here. It's glass, it looks like it's glass the whole way. Glass for a long way in, so might have to bring out a bigger gun than this.
Did you expect anything less from this 40-year-old boat?
That's a fair point. This is going to be really messy.
Oh, you've turned grey in the time that
It's very stressful.
I've left you.
Extremely stressful stuff. Probably need to sand these flush and then maybe even bevel them slightly.
Okay.
And then put a thickened epoxy layer on them. Do I want to put a finishing glass on that? It's probably, I mean, it can't hurt to just put a layer of cloth. So it's the last stage of the phase one of the deck house of the winch reshuffle, the great winch reshuffle. So we're just using some paint that we have on board just to sort of neaten it up. You can see the one on the starboard side is yet to be painted at that stage, and I'm just putting some paint that we had left over the top just to spruce it up a little bit in the interim. So the plan moving forward is to do a whole cockpit thing, you know, all the gel coat, and there's old fittings from years ago. We've been very much going for function because we want to get moving and do this crossing. And probably when we I was like, stop painting. At some point soon we'll probably try to do an actual nice refit, but for now we're just sealing it up, painting it so there's not just exposed resin and micro balloon kind of just sitting there in all of its patchwork glory.
How's the colour?
It's vibrant, that's for sure. Better than just fiberglass sticking out, but I don't know, if you squint, it's fine.
So
Maybe.
if you're blind, it's good.
Yeah. It's fine. There's going to be a dirty grey winch on top of most of that, so you won't even know. It'll just be like a little vibrant area. So weird.
So
wearing a singlet and a beanie. It's just this is the sign of the times, people. It's cold, but it's hot. And
it's really weird. So I think we are ready to actually install all the winches back on the deck house, which is good. Then we can start ticking off a bunch of other stuff on our list, checking our rig, hauling Adam up the mast.
Hunting down the contractor that's been dodging you for 3 weeks. Tell the story.
I feel like I can't have this on camera, my frustration, so I'm just going to say it with a smile. So there's this contractor who I contacted while Adam was away in England, and I asked him whether he could make some backing plates for us for our new winches, and also fix our spinnaker sliding cart as well, which once again needs to be rewelded. So contacted him, and then now after 3 weeks he still hasn't given anything back. I've been contacting him, texting him, calling him. Today was meant to be the day, the 4th time now that he said that he'll deliver something, so we'll see if it actually comes through today.
So what's the lesson here for the folks playing at home?
True, the lesson here is this welder was referred from somebody, and that's fine, but I just gave him my stuff. I gave him the base plate to the winch, and I gave him the spinnaker cart. And in hindsight, I wouldn't have done that until I've seen his workshop, until I know where he operates, what his last name is at least. Because right now all I have is a name and a number, and I don't know where else he is. I don't know what his business is called. Which is really dumb of me. That's like...
No, you
that's
weren't to know. Like, you trust... when somebody says, no worries, I'll have it back to you tomorrow, and they come referred from a friend, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up too much. But the lesson here is never let
Do
somebody
due diligence.
walk away with your parts if you don't know where they're going to go or where to find them again, because then after that point they've got you over a barrel. nowhere to go from here.
We literally search house to house in Lanzarote and see whether he turns up.
The only upside is that it's an island and he can't get far.
But my initial thing that I was going to do was to go to this boatyard, which is right here. And if I had have gone there, I would have known where the workshop was, I would have known who I was dealing with. And obviously in hindsight, I wish I had have gone with them so that they were 2 minutes away and I could have followed up every single day in person and been that really, really annoying person. There's only so much that you can do on WhatsApp though, before they just turn their phone off. Anyway, let's install some winches. Okay, we're done with the deck house. We actually had quite a few winds today. So today we put all of the winches onto the deck house, which are 3 winches onto the deck house. We also, after my whinge earlier, it seems to have paid off because the welder person came back to us and has given us back some backing plates for winches that we need to put on. Sorry, there's a lot of dust around, so I'm just choking. So we'll put them on over the next few days, but we made really, really good progress. So we finally got all our stuff back and we've put deck house winches on. So extremely happy with today. Think it might deserve a beer at the end of the day after we finish cleaning up.
You'll recall that we still had a fair few jobs left on our list. And over the next few days, we changed the engine oil, checked the seacocks, and surprisingly managed to grease the propeller underwater, all without losing any parts. After our last Atlantic crossing earlier in the year, we'd also realised that a spinnaker pole was somewhat of an essential item for downwind sailing.
We can definitely conclude that we cannot go wing on wing without a whisker pole.
So we've never had to run this far downwind for this long. No other point of sail that we can do, and even the predict wind plan is just like, yeah, just run straight down. Just go
do
straight
180.
there.
Yeah.
Although we didn't have a pole yet, we were keen to make sure that when we did pick one up, we would actually have somewhere to attach it to on the mast. So this was the next job on our list.
Show me your handiwork, show me your handiwork. Looks amazing.
The rivet really bit down better than I thought. There used to be this ring. This ring used to live here and it was like a cast aluminium part, and I assume the stainless steel ring was set in the cast when it was done, and as a result, once it breaks, all the welders are like, no one here will poke a stick with it, like that. No one wants to go near it. So Kiara had the grand idea to buy one of these and then rivet it and sort of make something up using the two. So yeah, we bought this ring this morning and rivets and whatnot, and I just spent the morning grinding away as you can see, grinding this back to flush. It's not pretty, but I wanted proof of concept before I butchered it too much. It's come together really well. As you can see, like, it's not perfect curvature, but the rivet really bites down into the metal and sort of makes it fit quite well. So this should see us across, I hope, and well, it can't be any worse than the alternative, the broken ring. So yeah.
Well done, baby. We're getting there.
Clearly, everybody's leaving, and I'm getting FOMO.
Yep. We've had a long week
It's just
of people not answering calls and bolts not going in and hammers flying overboard and winch bases flying overboard.
You can tell. I'm
that
too
Adam has to go swimming for.
Too ashamed to tell that story. There's still a hammer floating around down there somewhere. Well, no, it's not floating. That's the problem.
So, yes, this is a really good win for us. This is very, very good. The winches are in! They're in! Oh, Adam, you promised me both winches. Come on, babe. I can't be excited if you haven't done it all.
I didn't give you a time. I'll be done in 5 minutes.
He's so good. He's just been like upside down doing all the crappy jobs, and I've just been here like upstairs. Yeah, are you done? And I think I might need to pass on the role of winchmaster to Adam, because he has officially done 5 of the winches now. He's done them all nicely. Whoops, I'm slacking.
We also added one more impromptu item to our list.
If you've been following along for a while, you'll have most likely heard me say,
We have a serious leak in this thing. I don't know where, but
This is like last time. No.
we drained
We
it last
leaked
time.
air with our last dinghy. This one's just leaking water.
It's the second leak we've had. I've fixed one already. Maybe it's opened up again.
during a quick stop in the marina to fill the water and diesel tanks, we took the opportunity to investigate the source of the leak. Fortunately for us, the solution was one of the most common in boating, almost up there with zip ties and WD-40. slap some glass on it, and paint over it. And that's exactly what we did.